Chapter 4, The Sin in the Sleeping Forest. So, continuing off where we left last time, we've got this cute little picture of Meliodas squeezing Diane boobies while riding Hawk, like a horse. Enough said. They've just left Vonya, and as we learnt, there was information of something in the sleeping forest, and I reading the title, that doesn't give anything away. Anyway, so we cut to Hawk's mama standing outside the forest as Meliodas and Elizabeth and Hawk experience through. We get a good old classic Meliodas being a pervert, and that the title page of this one announcing chapter 4 is definitely probably a good indication for what to expect for this chapter. But as they get through the forest, Elizabeth's acting kind of weird, and then all of a sudden we have hawks galore, because that's just what this story needed, more straight men. As they can't figure out who the fake is, Meliodas just hits them all because that's the appropriate response, until all of a sudden we now have clones of Elizabeth showing up, and they're all saying, no, it's me, and of course Meliodas doesn't want to just hit Elizabeth, so he asks them to start doing some stuff for them. And well, it's cute at the start with raising your hand and then saying my name, but then it gets to squeezing your boobs, and then for the very last thing, jump as high as you can. Where the real Elizabeth says that she can't, as all the fakes jump up in the air, and Meliodas takes them out in this beautiful double page. As the Elizabeths tumble over, we then see some monsters known as hide and seeks running off. Meliodas then returns Elizabeth's panties, her thinking, wait, are you really a panty thief? Chasing after the hide and seeks, and worried about the girl they see in the distance. Where it gets up a bit closer, you get another nice double page of art as the hide and seeks say, Diane Summer, we let a holy night through. And with that big old tattoo on our leg, and the title being what it is, it's kind of easy to assume, because this is the last page, so there's no actual confirmation, but we can kind of assume at this point, hey, that's probably a 7 deadly sin. But obviously with the mistake of they think they've just let holy nights in, so obviously tales will continue from this point onward. Now going through that, I think this chapter it's fun, it's cutesy, it is good at building up the world a little bit, like, hey, we've got these magical little creatures, and we are obviously playing towards the strengths of these characters, whether it being Hawk the straight man or Meliodas the pervert. It's definitely a fun little chapter, but like obviously it's super uneventful, so because of that I guess I'd dock it points, but it is genuinely funny, and we get some very nice pages out of it. I'd say this chapter's probably a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's below average, just because there is some really nice art in it, and like I said, I do find it very, very funny. And it does build enough in the world that it keeps it interesting for such a short chapter. But that's also one of the strengths that you'll get in a short chapter like this. It doesn't just peter on. We're not getting a bunch of plot dumps laid upon us. We're getting some really nice pages of art. We're getting some pretty decisive actions actually happen. And actually looking through this chapter, literally in every page, I think there's like an interesting premise, maybe like excluding the first one, but that might be because I've read this so much that just them initially walking through the forest is kind of boring, but it is a very nice piece of art because it's a 2-panel page, so it's almost a full page of art with a really nice detailed Diane and Meliodas in the background with a very cool 3-dimensional effect with the paneling as well. So that's it for this chapter 4. Bit of a quick one, so bit of a quick video. If you may or may not have heard by now, I'm uploading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That means you'll probably see more of these 7 Deadly Sins manga videos where we actually go through the chapters one by one. And because if we get like quick chapters like this, which from my experience going through the series itself, there have been some times where I believe the author gets a little bit sick and he actually does a few shorter chapters. So we can expect some nice, easy, quick videos, and I should be able to do these fairly consistent with the new schedule. So with that out of the way, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.